Well, hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Kamara, and today we are joined here with Maya Brown. She is a social media content creator. Actually, she wears a multitude of hats. She's a writer. She also is in PR. She also does digital content, which means that she can create different pieces on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok and Twitter just to fit the platforms. And dun, 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 she is our guest speaker for today. So we are going to talk about how to create the best content for Instagram and Facebook in 2022. So are you ready to get started? I know you are. That is why you are here. Before we get started, Maya, I want you to tell people a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go on from there.
Okay, a little bit more about myself. So I am Maya Brown. I'm a graduate from Washington Adventist University. I graduated in 2017 with my bachelor's in communications and public relations. I have a lot of experience in PR, digital marketing, social media management, and writing, and so many other hats, as Kamara said, in the creative space within the music and entertainment industry, as well as corporate industries. And so I found my own platform on Facebook and Instagram. I'm still getting used to TikTok, but being that TikTok and Instagram are competing currently in regards to their popularity, I'm kind of learning to utilize both. But that's where I got my start, and kind of a little bit about me, and I'm excited to be here.
Listen, we are excited to have you, and we have some very special viewers or attendees, I should say, and thank you for people who are watching the replay. So let's go ahead and get started. So Instagram. Instagram is a very useful and beneficial tool. What we're going to do is begin to break down some of the features for Instagram and then how you can use this for your brand, for the television station you're working with, for your business. So let's dive into it. Maya, let's talk about main posts. So first of all, you have to have a plan and a strategy. Most people, what they do is they plan out their content for 30 days, right? But if you're in a breaking news situation, this might happen, let's say, for breaking news every single day or hour on the hour. So what I want you to talk to us about is, what is your plan typically on how you start posting content just day to day?
Sure. So for day to day, I kind of map out where I am in my own space. So first off, I'll take time to kind of get myself together. And if I have done a little bit of personal time with myself, and if anything has clicked during that time, then I'll kind of go on social media and just scroll a little bit and see what's going on there. And then if I feel compelled, then I'll create content based off relatable themes. Like if I see a lot of people are looking for some inspiration, or looking for like fun facts about something, or maybe different hacks to get through their day, being that I may have experienced something within the week in regards to that, and I'll kind of create content based off all the relatability that I've seen on the platforms, as well as within my own personal life.
Yeah, I like that. Now, when you talk about development, you have worked with different brands. So can you talk about, what kind of brands have you worked with, and what channels like you've posted on?
Sure. So most recently, I worked with this PR and marketing firm, but they also have a management side of things where they manage music artists. And I kind of help with the artist relations in regards to handling different indie artists' social media pages, and also connecting some artists with influencers. So we can do influencer marketing, which you see on the PowerPoint. And that's basically just connecting the artists with influencers who have a big platform on their social media account, and they can reach more people. So just navigating that. Yeah.
No, I think that that's really good. I want to touch on influencers. And if you have any comments in the audience, please let us know. So let's talk about one of the things that I like, Instagram Reels, and we'll go back to the other slide. But Instagram Reels, they are about trends, and I'm going to share my screen. But, one of the things with IG Reels is supposed to be very similar to TikTok. So walk us through, what is your strategy for people who follow these trends? For some brands, maybe like more hard news outlets, they wouldn't necessarily, be able to do all the fun and silly stuff, right? And
Mhm.
then go back and maybe talk about a school shooting. But what are some good ways that people can implement this because it is an engagement driver?
Sure. So with anything, there's a time and a place. So you kind of uh, gotta choose when to post certain things and when not to. So I would say that based off the content or the what can I say, the space in which you're in. So if you're doing a story on, like you said, school situation, then kind of focus on things that pertain to the education system. And then if things turn into like a lighter uh, atmosphere, then you can start posting a little bit of like lighthearted stuff, but
Mhm.
kind of keep it entertainment to schools. So it could be something highlighting, well, while this school is doing this school is doing a food drive or something to kind of lighten the atmosphere on social media, because it can kind of get to be a lot.
No, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about that.
Mhm.
I'm so I'm here skipping over, but stories. How important are Instagram stories? As we know, Instagram stories are for right now because everything is subject to change. About just 24 hours. So of course, if you post at 7 p.m. right now, you would have this available and up for everybody to see at 7 a.m. and then it would go away. So how important are stories to somebody's brand or business?
I find that stories are very, very important, probably more important than the main post, because of the fact that they disappear after 24 hours, you constantly have to be posting. So for me, it's a constant thing of you kind of got to post every day throughout the day. So kind of finding increments of time to post in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. And it can be a variety of different things. It can show you the behind the scenes of what you're currently doing or what you're working on, or some fun facts about your business, or things about your brand that's upcoming, kind of updating your audience. But you definitely want to be working on those every day, all throughout the day. And also some things that is cool is that you can put highlights on your personal page. So that means that those stories that you've put, if there's one that you really want to stick with people, you can put them on your highlights. So that way, when they press on it, it's still there on your page. So those don't disappear. They just are archived
Okay,
or
let's talk
saved.
about
Mhm.
no, let's talk about that because that's really good. What I'm gonna do is reshare my screen and we're gonna go in Instagram. And one of the things for Instagram, let's just look at um we'll look at a page. Look at, I guess we'll use my page as an example. And one of the things, especially when you're talking about brands, is you have to be consistent with it. Most of the time, a lot of people say, well, hey, I'm posting, but you might not be posting the right thing that your audience wants. I
Right.
recommend for everybody who is here, you want to develop a target audience. So when we talk about main posts, the main posts are what you put here, right? So this is what people will see. They call it the grid. And you want to just make sure that it is everything like, target audience, whether it is media, whether it's healthcare, PR, but you have got to find a good target audience. The next thing is stories. So oftentimes, like, for example, is your page, can we go on your page? Do you have appropriate stories on there, Maya?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Let's see.
here, let me see. So over here, when we just look at, oh, they don't let you see it? Oh, I thought they did. Well, I thought they let you see the stories. Let's go to Danielle's. So for example, can we see Danielle's? Yeah. So career toolkits by Z. She has a social media management business. She's talking about her services and things like that. And then also hyperlink. This is really important for stations and business owners. Again, this is only available for 24 hours. She has her link where it says place your orders. You always have to have a call to action. So where is your call to action? Where are you driving people to? So whether you have a business or a brand, you have to ask yourself, so if somebody's going to look at my story, I don't care if it's family or friends or anybody who'll come across my page. Once I post my photo, where are they going? And I think that's really important. I also want to go into Um, but talk to us a little bit. I know when you were talking about reels, reels are really important. So look at us, we're doing a good audit on her page, but reels are really important. So what is your suggestion to people about Instagram reels, for their brand or business?
So with reels, like it was said before, it's kind of like TikTok. You're kind of connecting different parts of a video that you've recorded and kind of putting it into a slideshow, and you can add music to it, and it just can be a really way for you to do a lot of storytelling. And it could be anything from behind the scenes of you making your product, or if you're into styling, showing different styles that you're doing in fashion, or if you're doing makeup or you found a new makeup trend, kind of like going through that process in the reel, so people can see that new makeup hack or trend that you just discovered. So
Got it. Now let's talk about colors. Everybody in the comments, can you comment and say this is a question to get you all engaged. Do you have a Instagram page? Yes or no? Just put it in the comments. Just say yes or say no. Good. So this is Danielle's career toolkits by D page. So as we can see in the bio, it says a one-stop shop for all your career needs, book a free 15-minute call. And then we go over here, her grid. She's telling you about her pricing. It is very aesthetically appealing. Then we go over here, progress, peace, career growth, blessings. She's also talking about, for people who are looking help for jobs, because she does that as well. So this is really, really important, how your grid looks. Everybody is different. I really like how, she has like 6 tips for productivity. You have to have some informational things in there. A lot of you all who are here, you are signed up for the social media management class. So anytime that you are doing social media management, whether it is for a business owner, or whether it's for yourself because you are a brand, or a TV station, you want to make sure that things go in line with your brand colors. So her brand colors are pink. We see, I know you can call this beige, brown, and these are the colors that she works with. So Maya, talk to me about this. You talked about lives, and a lot of people go live. I probably can go on my Instagram and see who is live now. But yeah, here we go. So Cameron, let's even go to him. Let's see what he got. And these are real live examples. Let me see. Will allow me. But Instagram lives, they are very helpful because it engages your viewers in real time. So let's see. Let's go to Roland Martin. The book, everybody, the book is called The Gumbo Coalition. So he has 21 viewers currently right now. And a lot of those people, for example, call to action, when you go live, where are people going to? Are you going live just to be funny? Are you going live to sell a product? Are you going live because you want people to buy something that you're going to have in the future? Maya, talk to us a little bit about the importance on engaging your audience in a live way.
yes, so going live, it can seem scary at first, but the more you do it, the more you'll become comfortable with it. And I found that one hack that can help is kind of writing a quick little script of what you're going to go over in your live. And also, if you're collaborating with people, that's another way to kind of bring more of like a family-oriented space. So kind of going over a little bit of what you guys will be talking about during the live, and also just getting asking certain questions in the beginning of the live of how your audience is doing, and just kind of building conversation before just going into business talk, but just kind of getting to know their story and things of that nature. And also a cool thing that you can do is you can choose a person in the audience to kind of come on live with you as well. Yeah. And just kind of build community that way too.
No, I think it's important for everybody that I'm looking at on here, for everybody who's online, you all have a business or a brand. And one of the things is I would, challenge everybody here is to get a social media plan together. That is one of the things that I do. That's one of the things that Danielle does. So if you want to reach out to her, but I highly encourage you, if you are looking to have a successful business, social media is one of the ways where you can bring in, some revenue. So let's go back when we talk about influencer marketing as well. So we've discussed main posts, stories, reels. These are all the different features within Instagram, and we'll also get with Facebook. Let's talk about influencer marketing. How do you need that, as a business owner when you're first starting off, or what are your thoughts?
I would say you can. However, there have been a few instances where you may reach out and there has to be kind of like understanding from both parties of what is going to take part. So I would say build a contract too with influencers.
Yeah.
That's very important, but I don't think you necessarily need it in the beginning. But if you find that your business is, may need a little bit of engagement, then I would reach out to certain people that you've actually looked at first and researched and watched for a while before you just decide to ask someone.
Yeah.
And kind of get that relationship started first before business endeavors get started.
Yeah, I like that. And now let's talk about this. Let's go into sponsored ads. Everybody wants to do Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, but there is a way to do it. So what is your advice for people who want to, go in that area?
Okay, so for sponsored ads, these are ads that are paid. So you have to pay to get your ad posted. But you'll see that on Instagram, they'll showcase those on the stories. So throughout people scrolling their stories, an ad will pop up, and then they have the ability to access a link, and it'll go automatically to your business or services. So that's one way. I believe on Facebook, it's more so of a business page, and you'll have the ability to put your sponsored ad there.
Right, right. And I've done a sponsor ad before. In terms of investment, that goes back to strategy. What is your strategy in dealing with this? Put everybody in the comments, put yes or no. Who has done who has done a ad, like a Facebook ad or Instagram ad? Just put yes or no in the comments. Oh, you've done a Facebook ad. Okay, I want to hear about it. Okay. Okay. We're going to get with that. Before we move on to Facebook, we also want to talk about frequency and posting. So how frequent should people be posting?
So I would say for main post, I would do on Instagram 3 times a day for main post, one in the morning, one in the afternoon or late afternoon, and one in the evening. As far as stories, throughout the day. It can be like a saved quote that you found to be inspiring. You can post that, and then it can go to behind the scenes of what your work life looks like, or what business products you're about to launch, just giving like a sneak peek, but not showing too much of what you're going to be releasing, but just constant content as far as the stories.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. And the reason why I came to Kim Kardashian page, well, because she has 291 million people following her. So you can imagine that there's a lot of people who want her opinion on things. So if you are in the beauty area, if you are in the, lifestyle, this is a page that you need to follow. So before we move on, I want to talk to people who said yes about their Instagram reels. Again, we are a tight-knit group, and you have the ability to ask your questions here. So I want to talk to Cherie. Cherie, tell us your experience with IG ads. Did they help your business at all, or did it stay the same?
So initially, I was pitching an idea for a sort of newsletter that centered around Gen Z. So I was trying to actually get more intel about how people thought about it, within the age range of 18 to 22, and just see how things were. So essentially, it did help me understand where people's minds were at the time.
Right.
But of course, it costs money, and I don't really have a lot of coins, so I really couldn't continue the research. But it was super helpful at the time.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you for sharing. Let me see this. A couple of you all have said no. Patrice, you said you did Facebook ads. So when we go to Facebook, we'll talk about that in a second. Last thing for Instagram, we're going to go over storytelling. So what is your why, purpose and mission? And then what is your message? So you always want to, if you are a business owner, and below, put business owner. I want to see this because this is also a networking opportunity. So if you are a business owner, this keeps y'all engaged, put business owner in the comments. And what I want to do is I want to ask you a couple questions for my people who are, again, last call. If you are a business owner, just put it in the chat. You say, that's me, or you can just write the word business owner. But in terms of storytelling, you always want to go to what is your why. So Maya, she has built social media calendars. And what she does is there are different templates that you have to go through to make sure everything, for the month is planned out. And sometimes it might be week to week. So you want to create a storyline and a personal brand for your services. And then what is your message? Who do you want to reach? That is a really cool product for people who are life coaches, because there are a lot of people who are life coaches right now. And what they want to do is they want to get, as your job is to help as many people as you can, but people have to know about you. So in some cases, you might need a social media manager to do posts for you, and it is nothing wrong with that. So tell us about, different tips that business owners can use for storytelling, Maya.
Sure. So the main thing when I said, what is your purpose? What is your mission? It kind of has to do along the lines of like, what made you start this? What do you want people to gain out of it? Are you trying to build a community of people where you're building support in some way? And
Right.
in that, you can use that when you're doing your post and say, I started this because I was struggling in this area, and I found through creating certain services like this and sharing it with others, it helped them to progress in whatever way that was. And so it kind of helps you gauge in what you're posting and then what you're sharing, and then you can get audiences responding to that and saying, I felt the same way at one point in my life, and this is what happened to me. And
Right.
being the fact that you are providing this service or this product, I'm excited to try it and see what it can do for me, and what progress I can make from that, and share it with other people. So just building that.
I like that. I like that. And Miss Diane, for you have your own business and you do life coaching and you help people, go through different situations, navigate careers. Do you have an Instagram page for your business?
No, not at this time, but I am working on that.
Okay, great. Do you already have content to put on your page?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So I really like that. So in terms of the why, the message, quotes, I want to go back to Danielle's. Danielle's was a really, really strong page. And then also, this is her. So when we just go to the different quotes that she has, people reach out to her all the time, whether it's on GroupMe, whether it's on Facebook. I mean, she gets referred a lot. So when you look at the content that she's posting, she's like, hey, 5 signs you want to change your career. She says, tell me about you. Did you know? Because she works in the career services. If you're ever tired if you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. So, I mean, it's endless. You can really do it. My thing is this: just because you're posting and you might not be getting 30,000 likes doesn't mean you stop posting. Okay. Oh, you want to talk about that, Maya?
Yes. One thing that I've learned is that you never know who's watching, because people are not always going to tell you. And if you ever just stop being consistent, they'll notice that and say, and you'll get a message, and they'll say, oh, I noticed you didn't post today. I was looking forward to such and such. And you're like, oh, I didn't know you were watching. And they'll explain to you, and it just allows you to know that, no matter what, people are watching, whether they comment, like or not, they're watching.
No, I think that's really important. And another thing, when we talk about, who is watching, you have somebody on here who, I mean, on average for reels, it just depends on, the work that you put in. It's not hard, but you have a strategy. So if you are trying to build up your social media page, or if you're trying to build another brand social media page, you need to have a strategy. And if you need help with that strategy, reach out to one of us and then we can walk you through the process. A lot of people at a certain stage, you will need a social media manager. So I know next week I'm hosting a class. The spots are about to be filled. I think we have like a couple spots left, but we are going through how to be a social media manager. So it'll be really, really important. I want y'all to make sure that y'all check that out. Let's see here. Facebook. Let's go on to Facebook. So we have talked about really what goes into Instagram, and Facebook is a different platform. Anytime that you are on, these different platforms, algorithm, just the way that, Facebook moves, we talk about a demographic, who are you reaching? I want you to talk to us a little bit, Maya, about Facebook, and just run this down a little bit for us.
Sure. So although Facebook and Instagram are from the same, they're owned by the same people. Facebook is a little bit different because the demographic is different. Instagram is mostly 18 to 34-year-olds, and a lot are female, but there is a percentage of like 34% of men on Instagram. However, on Facebook, it's an older demographic. You're more able to write longer posts, and people are willing to take time to read, and it's kind of like an opinionated blog kind of thing. People are open to different ideas on there as well. So you get to just share a lot more on there. And what was your other part of the question?
Well, I wanted to also talk about this. Business brands, TV stations. You have some really good examples for scheduling. One post daily, build more momentum through engaging in Facebook groups and in daily comments. And we're going to talk about groups. So this is my group, and a lot of you all are in there. And I have about over 5,000 people. So it continues to grow every day. One of the things that you have to have in there, you have to have people, posting there consistently. We're going to start getting back to videos and live streaming. And, one of the really important things when it comes to just Facebook group is when you have that amount of people in there, a lot of people are watching. So we streamed, Facebook, streamed through our group Facebook Live. And then we also, put in here just like the different comments that people can have. So in terms of engagement, especially who is your audience? Who are you trying to reach? Are you educating somebody that week? Are you educating somebody that day? You want to have a community. One of the things that I'm going to talk about, even with social media management in our class next week, is community. Where do people go? Like, where do people go to find you? I'm looking at some of the people who are on here. Where do people go to find Patrice or to find Miss Diane? They can go to Facebook, but do they know that your website is available? How do they know that they can get in contact with you? So I focus heavily on that. And then in brand, you have to be known for something. Oftentimes when it comes to social media, that is a job. Like, people think they can do it all until like they call me, Maya, or Danielle and say, hey, can you manage my account? So it is a job. So let's just talk about posting on Facebook. It's a different beast than Instagram. So what are your suggestions and for people getting like more business or just the results that they want via Facebook?
For Facebook, you definitely have to do more engagement on other people's posts.
Yep.
Interacting on their posts, kind of building that relationship with them through their content, and they'll start seeing your content. And like you said, within the groups, building that community. So for me, I've joined various ones that I like coffee, so I've joined a coffee group, or if I work out, then I'll join one of those, or if there's a certain Netflix show, kind of like connecting with those and just building relationships through that. And then soon enough, you'll see people seeing your content. You're like, oh, I didn't know you had a business. Yes, I have such and such business and we sell this. And then you can kind of go into that spill of what you do and how, if they're looking into receiving any sort of services or products, then it kind of builds that conversation. So definitely interaction, because most people are not going to just go to your page just like Instagram. Instagram is more accessible, I think, than Facebook. Facebook, you actually have to really do a lot of engagement on and interaction on other people's posts.
No, that's really good to know. You know, you also have another post down here that talks about Facebook community. Now, this is big. I have been paid to talk about my Facebook community because you also have to look at impact. Community means that you are like a leader or you are an industry or a group expert. And I think that's really important. I can call down people on this list that I have. When it comes to Danielle, she is a professional development expert. When it comes to Miss Diane, life coaching, how to get through traumatic situations. Also youth advocate, young adult. She helps a lot of parents, you know, people who are in the in-between stage. Patrice, I mean, I look at your Instagram page and you have multiple areas where you can be a group expert. Now it goes back to managing. Oftentimes we see people, they will start a Facebook group and then they realize, oh my gosh, like these people are really asking me questions. And yes, it would be great if you answer because you started the group. So Facebook communities, I'll talk a little bit about that. One of the things is that you always want to have content where people can engage. That goes back to target audience. Who are you serving? I know that I serve media professionals. I know that right now that I'm going in the pathway of business owners. So a lot of people are now contacting me for administrative work and social media management services, right? So this goes into the strategic part of it. So before I start off, you know, getting people together, talking and organically creating a community. But now when we move into, you know, like a larger space, there might be promotional content. There are people who do paid ads in a Facebook group. You also need to know, say you create a group of your own. You might start off with maybe 10 or 20 people, but people are going to start adding others. And with that being said, you need to like know like the capacity. So of course, I don't ever want anybody getting scared like, oh my gosh, there are going to be thousands. Like there are more people who have, you know, people like with 167,000, right? And there are things in there every single day. So what I encourage you to do is one thing that I need everybody to walk away with is have a community, have an area without a shadow of a doubt. If people need to say, hey, here's an area where I know that Miss Diane or Patrice or Keith or Cherie is located, I can go here. Sometimes that's on Instagram, but everybody, they might not see the Instagram DMs. But I know if maybe if I message them on Facebook, they can. So I am really liking this. So we went over Facebook, Instagram. If you just now joined us, the recording will be available. And if you have any questions, now is open for Q&A. So does anybody have any questions? No questions. Let's see. Steve, I don't know if it's enough. Oh, somebody has a question?
Yeah, I have a question. I couldn't really hear when she was talking about the best time to post. Can you go over that again?
Sure. So for Instagram, I would say around maybe 8, 9 a.m. for morning to do your one post. And then sometime in the afternoon for a second post. And then sometime in the evening, maybe 6 p.m., 7 p.m. for a night post. But as far as the stories on Instagram, you want to do that consistently throughout the day, every day. So any increment of time, if you have like 5 minutes, just post something on your stories. Or if you have 10 minutes to spare, you can put up a quick post with a caption. That's great. One thing that I like to do also is kind of build as much content as I can on the weekends. And then that way I have a spread I can showcase during the week. So that's a little bit helpful.
Is Facebook the same as well?
So with Facebook, I've noticed that a lot more people are on at night. So you want to post more so during the nighttime. But you can share. So that's why I said 1 post a day for Facebook main posts. But as far as like stories you can do throughout the day, but mostly there's a lot of people on at night. So you probably want to do your most engagement at night, like commenting, interacting.
Hello. Miss Diane, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
And oftentimes, sometimes you might be at a point where a person might need a social media manager, not to just start the accounts, but if you want to get business from your accounts, it is good to hire a social media manager. It is, we have a social media class available next week, and spots are about to run out. So it's really how to be a social media manager if you want it for yourself. Then I'm also teaching other managers and content creators how to manage it for businesses. So make sure if you have not, go ahead and register for that class and use the coupon code Teach Me. Let me see this. Cherie, you asked a very good question. We have about 10 more minutes, but you asked a very good question. You said, hey, what about TikTok? Do you have any advice for people on TikTok?
Well, I'm still learning TikTok myself, but I think to not take it so seriously. I think in regards to a schedule of any sort, I find that if you have most of your content from Instagram and Facebook, especially the Instagram Reels, you're able to kind of transport that Instagram Reel into a TikTok video. So that way it won't be so stressful trying to recreate content and things of that nature. Sometimes using that content that you place on Instagram Reels onto your TikTok can work as well. And maybe just change up the song, but usually it's the same premise. And you definitely want to make sure that you are following other people on TikTok and engaging on their TikTok videos as well. And through that engagement, you'll find that you'll start gaining followers.
That's a really good question. I wanted to also ping Danielle when it comes to TikTok and engagement. Maya, you made some excellent points. Danielle, I know that you are on that and we put you on blast for your IG page. Do you have anything to add for TikTok?
Hey guys, I'll just quickly add that for TikTok, I always recommend a couple things. Hashtags are really big on TikTok. Also, when you post is really big on TikTok. I would say that on TikTok is really important that you post in the evenings, but also on the weekends. I find that traction between Friday and Sunday is very popular because that's when a lot of people are on the app. I would also say, again, hashtags are limited. I think you can only use 5 to 10 a post on TikTok, which is a little different than Instagram. So it's very important that you are very strategic in the hashtags that you're using. Try to use hashtags that are currently trending on TikTok. So something that was big was the money challenge, right? So you would use that hashtag on your videos to, blow up engagement on your page. As well, Maya did make a great point. There are TikTok sounds that you can use that are considered trending sounds. If you put them on top of your video as an overlay sound, it'll make more people populate to your video because you're using a trending sound.
That's a really good point. And Danielle, do you do social media management for TikTok?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And Maya, I know you do social media management for Instagram and Facebook, and do you do it for TikTok?
I do not do it for TikTok, unfortunately, but I would love to start.
Okay. Well, you said your hyper focus is IG, and she works with my IG and Facebook, so you're in good hands. So let's go over to anybody else who has some questions. These are good questions. Steve and Queen Micah, do you have any questions? What's my Instagram name? Or you want to see mine? Sure. Let me see this. Mike, can you read what the other comment says right there?
So under which your Instagram name says for social media management.
So this is mine. One of the things that, that I really like to dive into is just engagement. How am I engaging my people? Normally, when people come to my page, I know they're getting three things. They want a job, they want some inspiration, and sometimes they might just like want to talk. So I might go on live. So this one right here was an Instagram live, and we really just went over, the top of our trending things to follow in PR, because you want to educate people. So we went in and we did a 2-shot live. At one point, I was with this group and videos. We did a 4-person live. Yeah, we did a 4-person live. So that's when 4 of us would be on there. And this was, for ministry. So that's when 4 of us, we would be on there and we'll be talking. So this was really important. I mean, because people would be joining, like, oh, this when the feature first came out, 4 people on there. That's really cool. And then we'll be up early in the morning. That's just something else to point out. So Queen Micah, that is my IG handle. Go to Kamara_D and message me and we can talk. Let me see this. Steve, I believe that you were on my last Zoom, but I'm not sure. Do you have a question?
No, I don't have a question.
Where are you from, Steve?
From Nigeria.
I thought so. Are you in that class? Are you in that class for the University of Nigeria Mass Comm students?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Do you live in the States?
No.
Okay, I thought so. Okay.
Mhm.
I taught at a class there. All right, thank you. Let's see here. Patrice, do you have any questions for us? No questions. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Keith or Blake, do you all have any questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Excellent. And thank you for joining us.
I do have a bit of a question for the Instagram. It's I'm interview coaches post game and I like putting them on there, but I talk a little while, more than a minute. So how am I supposed to put those things on? They're trying to get that IGTV thing in there, and I haven't been that consistent with it. So how can I be more consistent with?
So I'll tell you this, in terms of IGTV, so I'm looking at Maya's page. I just put everybody on blast, right? She's going to have her business page next time I see her. But over here for IGTV, a lot of people are not going to look and say, oh my gosh, let me look at that video. What they're going in is to look at a reel. So if you can make it the shorter, the better. What is your Instagram handle? Keith, what is your Instagram? Oh,
got it. Oh, it was unmuted. Sorry. It's Keith K. Henry 77.
Keith. Oh, here we go. Okay, good. We're looking at your page. Good. Now, one thing you need a bio. So you have to put in there what you do. You have to put in there what you do. You need to put in there maybe your email. So maybe people can hit you up if they see like some jobs. Instead of videos, do reels. So over here, I'm gonna show you this. On Instagram, when you log in there, you'll see the middle button. That middle button is for real. So you're gonna go to the camera up top. And what you're gonna do is it has a length. You can do a maximum of 60 seconds. So you want to start making your interviews reels, and that'll be the most important thing to do. Yes, and transform your business page to your regular page, you call it professional, to a business Instagram. So I encourage you, an action item is to do Instagram reels.
Okay, I can work on that.
So, okay. Maya, do you have anything to add for that?
Sure. So I see you do coaching, correct?
I cover college sports.
Okay. So I think as far as like an example for a reel maybe would be like hiding the team, like who's on the team and when's their next game and kind of like promoting that. Um, and just highlight different people in their positions. And I know that usually teachers do this. There's this trend that before the kids would walk into the classroom, they would do like a little cool handshake thing. And it would be like music playing in the back, kind of like making it interactive with the team and doing stuff like that. If their coaches are willing to do that, but just some creative ideas, kind of thinking out of the box.
I just
Okay.
went through, go look at ESPN's. The difference that you'll see for Instagram video, Instagram reels is this: posts, reels, and videos. You need to do reels. And if you need to, just look up on YouTube how to do a reel. And then come over here, 1.4 million, and then boom, 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 you know? So you just want to get started off. I mean, this is even a cool trick. Having a video and then having that over it, that's cool. So, I mean, no, the tips that Maya gave you, they are extremely helpful and beneficial. Queen, all right. I was about to say, Queen Michael, we got 5 more minutes, maybe to look at your Instagram. But Maya, before people go, what's some advice that you want to give them?
Sure. With anything, always give yourself grace. You know, everyone's still learning. Things are still changing within these platforms. So when maybe something one day, it could be different the next. So just take it day by day. Create, like she said, social media plans for yourself. If you have time to like sit and write out certain content that you want to create, certain people you want to work with in regards to certain content, other businesses you want to collaborate with, kind of jot those ideas down. And with anything, just start. Even when it comes down to like captions and things of that nature, just thinking about, again, your why, what's the reason of this post, and just sharing that. It can be short and sweet. If you have a quoted picture, kind of make sure your caption is short, since it's words in the picture, because as we've come to find out, a lot of people's attention spans are getting smaller. So the easier you can make it where you're building a lot of information, but in a short kind of frame, that'll work out as well. And don't be afraid to share and repost other people's things as well. And they'll be sure to repost yours. So always be willing to share.
No, I agree. And I agree with giving yourself grace. This is Michelle's Queen. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that is tweetable. That is definitely tweetable. I'm going to put that over in my other tab. I love it. Nursepreneur. I really like this. She is signed up for the social media manager class. So I really like the way your page is laid out. What I want to do is I want to connect you with Danielle. And Danielle, maybe you can give her some tips, especially when I'm seeing 30% off, you know, her scrubs, 20% or, you know, like 48 flash sale. Maybe you can give her some tips when it comes to increasing some sales that way. So I want to connect both of you guys. So make sure that y'all hit each other up. I'll drop the link down here below. Let me see this. So no, I really like this. This is good. What do you think? Just looking at the page right here, Maya.
I love it because you see what she does, and you see a bit of her personality, and also the lifestyle part as well. So it's not just all business. There's business, personality, lifestyle. There's a mixture of it, just like with Danielle's page. Not only is she helping those with the career services, but she's providing them inspiration. And you're gonna need that in your journey when you're applying to jobs, because it's not easy. So I love this page a lot. The color schemes, the photography, everything, it's really, really good.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. And then we will also talk further. So what I'm going to do is if people want to connect with you, Maya, where can they go? Pull up your Instagram one time.
Yep. So my Instagram is maya.aspire. I do a lot of lifestyle, faith, and I'm a dancer. So you will see dance videos and I kind of build off of that. I'm going to be also creating a music blog where I'm going to be highlighting local artists, and hopefully that will grow, but I'm in the beginning stages of creating that platform. And I will be also building a personal website that will also showcase more so of my dancing, also content creation, and different things that I enjoy when it comes to music and stuff like that. So yes, definitely keep a lookout. But this is where you can reach me on Instagram. On Facebook, it's just my name, but my name is a very common name. So I can hopefully send that. I don't know how much more time we have. I can put in the link or put in the chat.
Here, I'll put it in there. Boom.
But yeah.
If anybody has any questions.
And TikTok is the same, but I'm still working with TikTok.
Yes, and she is open for social media management, just consultation. She works with me and she's also worked with some others. She's a beast. She might be quiet, but you see these eyes, they be looking, y'all. So just heads up. Just heads up. All right. Well, I am so glad for everybody who joined. If you want the recording, please let me know. And for everybody here who is watching the recording, go to info@dcowmember.com if you have any more information. Thank you, everybody who joined us today. And I hope that you all have a great one. Oh, and last but not least, if you need social media management, reach out to me and I can connect you with these two young ladies right here. Okay. All right. Have a great one. Bye-bye.